Saturday the 23rd of June 2012, 3642 is seen here at Woodford in the Blue Mountains. The 36 class logo is taking the Rail Transport Museum's Blue Mountains flyer for the Katoomba Winter Magic Festival. Trainworks had once again hosted Day Out with Thomas on Sunday, May 6, 2012. Here, 3526 dressed up as Donald is seen bringing booked passengers back from Buxton. Back at Thirlmere now, and the Rail Transport Museum volunteers are filling up 3526's tender, ready for its next trip for the day to Buxton. While many young Thomas fans look at Donald or 3526, children are also fascinated by 2705 dressed up as Henry, as many people are going in the cab or taking pictures with it. 3526 now backs away from the water tower and head back to its train, ready for its next trip to Buxton. Meanwhile, many of the children and parents are still enjoying Thomas Day at Thirlmere to meet up with the blue tank engine in the museum's foreground. 3526 now departs Thirlmere Station, or Sodor Station for the day, as it's making its way to Buxton. Meanwhile, the Rail Transport Museum's 623 and 723 diesel rail car is seen making trips from the station to the museum, as it's taking passengers to visit the museum site. Usually CPH Rail Motor number 18 Toby does this, but unfortunately, due to a mechanical problem, the rail motor is running the trips today. The whistle in the background is from Thomas the Tank Engine. On Sunday the 20th of May 2012, the Rail Transport Museum are once again making their annual Newcastle Flyer trips to Newcastle. 44211 is seen pulling the carriages in with 3642, who is now standing at the platform. As we hop on board the carriages, 4918 from the 3801 Limited is seen at Sydney Central Station as well, as it's getting ready to take booked passengers to Robertson on the Illawarra Treetop Flyer through the Illawarra line. This is also known as the Cockatoo Run. After enjoying our afternoon at Newcastle, 3642 is now backing onto its train, ready for the return trip to Sydney. We finally arrived back at Sydney Central Station at nightfall, and 3642 is now simmering in the platform, giving us that majestic night look of steam. It's the Queen's birthday weekend, and here at Sydney Central Station, the Rail Transport Museum have once again hosted the Sydney Great Train Weekend. Here is the display train on Platform 5. We see 3526 and 3642 both pulling into Sydney Central Station on Monday, June 11th, 2012. The 35 and the 36 are now getting ready for their final trip for the day, before their transfer back to Thirlmere. After picking up more passengers, the 36 and the 35 will now make their way to Clyde and back. After the steam locomotive's departure, 4001 and 4490 are now making their way to Everleigh to get ready for the transfer run back to Thirlmere. .3265 is seen on display with the RTM's carriages and diesels from the Powerhouse Museum. After a 3-day event, 3642, 3526 and 3265 are now transferring their way back to Thirlmere. The 3 engines are taking the carriages back as the 2 diesel locomotives took the display train back to Thirlmere. 3 steam locos are seen at Kingsgrove. It's Saturday, June 23rd, 2012, and here we see 3642 at Yennora Station as it's making its way to the Blue Mountains for the Katoomba Winter Magic Festival. 3642 usually departs at Sydney, but unfortunately due to Railcorp's track work planning, the locomotive departed from Liverpool Station. Meanwhile, the Sydney Suburban train is making its way into the platform, picking up passengers for Sydney. .4490 and 4306 were seen assisting the train for the journey up at the Blue Mountains. We caught up with the locomotive and its train again at Emu Plains. The 36 class loco is seen climbing through Valley Heights. Here it's passing Valley Heights Locomotive Depot Heritage Museum, which is the Blue Mountains division of the New South Wales Rail Transport Museum. We now conclude the July edition of Rail Around New South Wales at Woodford as 3642 climbs the steep grades of the Blue Mountains.